Peace, love, and life, family. Sister Toffee here, creator of KMSC.online, where we talk about the divine nature in your spirit. If you've never been to my channel, thank you for coming. If you've never taken a Ntr Fundamentals course, I appreciate you for taking interest in your own spiritual evolution. When we change ourselves, we change our world, and we make it better as we make ourselves better. This presentation is Series 1, Course 1 of Ntr Fundamentals. It's the series I'm creating to teach people about ancient Egyptian spirit science, how you can actually study yourself as a spiritual being and understand your own unique template as a spirit being, as an expression of the divine creator, source, God, the universe. We're going to go ahead and start with the presentation. I would hope you would get a pen and pad because this is all about you studying yourself so that you can complete your soul contract before you transition into the next life. Shout out to my son. I got the year I gave, well, the universe gave birth to you. You were born in 88, but this means that you are part of my spiritual self-mastery. So just want to give you a shout out. Okay, everybody, let's get started. As you can see, I have the presentation here, and we're just going to go from slide to slide. So welcome to one and all. Everyone is welcome here. Any person that's interested in mastering themselves, you are welcome here in this place. Take your Power Back presentation, course number 1, section 1, a Ntr Fundamentals course presentation of the science of spirit according to the ancient Egyptians, brought to you by Ntr Universal Network, LLC, and KMSC.online. Of course, myself. I'm here to just narrate to help those that may have a visual impairment to hear this. In the future, I will be getting some interpreters of other languages to interpret this information in Spanish, possibly other languages. So keep a lookout for that information at kmsc.online, where I will announce that there has been presentations created audibly and in written language for other people from other countries, other races, so that they can get this information and benefit as well. All right, let's go ahead and move on. So I wanted to give a credit out to Tracy Marlowe from Joy Day Productions, who actually did the music for this song here, and actually created the music, and I wrote the music lyrics, and I actually created the vocals and performed the song. So yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to Tracy Marlowe for that, and let's go ahead and continue. So Take Your Power Back is a Ntr Fundamentals course presentation. Again, it was created by myself and the entity as a business. A note from the creator, which is myself. My hope is that you study and comprehend this information and apply it to your understanding of self, that you will learn to love yourself more and more each day, the good, the bad, and the indescriptive. Find God in yourself. Prepare now with getting a notebook and a pen for your journal. This is what the information that in these series will do for you. Number 1, it'll help you gain a new perspective about your soul's purpose. Number 2, it'll help you heal personal trauma and master your emotions. It will help you to clear up, remove, heal, and cease the cycle of personal and ancestral trauma and karma. It will help you to transform your mind and your life using the positive aspects of your personal Ntr chart as a spiritual navigation tool. Take Your Power Back Fundamentals Introduction. This is course number 1, section 1, the introduction. So if you ever need to rewatch it and you're being sent more than one series, remember that this is the introduction, okay? Okay, we're going to start with 10 questions, 10 fundamental questions. This is the introduction. This is going to help till the ground of your mind, get your spirit ready to start to do a self-spiritual examination. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the 10 questions. Question number 1, what does the word Ntr mean? A lot of people get that confused. They don't really know about, they don't study ancient Egyptian science, so they don't understand that this word Ntr means nature. And the ancient Egyptians called God nature, which means the spirit nature, or the nature of spirit, which is the nature of God, according to ancient Egyptian spiritual science. Question number 2 is, what is Ntr Science? Ntr Science is the study of your spiritual nature and your power to manifest, according to ancient Egyptian spirit science. See, the ancient Egyptians believed that we were connected to God, source, the divine, and nature, and that everything in this world is interconnected in the sense that the power of creation comes from God, source, the divine, and that we are manifestations of that source, and that we have the same powers to create, whether it is The problem that it's not a problem, but the thing is we are not aware of our nature, so we don't know how to create good or bad, something beneficial or destructive, and that's what this information is all about you understanding your original nature. So let's go to question number three. Question number three: how does Ntr Science apply to you, and what can you use it for? Ntr Science can be used to identify your spiritual strengths and weaknesses for self-spiritual mastery. Now, I came up with a term for self, which is S, that stands for self, of course. I'm sorry, spiritual. And then E stands for evolutionary. And then L's for levels. Okay, because as you proceed, as you move forward in your spiritual examination of self, you start to become more powerful in the sense that you learn how to identify your own weaknesses and strengths. And the F means it stands for frequency, which is the vibration that you embody by your thoughts, your desires, your intentions, your emotions, and your will. And so we all vibrate. Energy never dies, so we have a frequency. And according to our thoughts and our desires and our emotions, we will vibrate at a specific frequency, just like tapping into a specific radio station. Okay. So this is what creates the connections and the synchronicities and the manifestations. It's our vibration at the end of the day. If you hear any music or any people or cars or a helicopter in the background, please forgive that. That's a part of my environment. I can't change that. So just pardon it, okay? Question number four, we have what will I gain from using this science? By using this science to study yourself using your Western or Vedic astrological chart placements as an outline for self-spiritual study, you will gain a clearer understanding of yourself as a spiritual being. You will come to know how you create. You will begin to understand what things are taboo for you and what things are good for you. You will know how to complete your soul's evolution/mission in this lifetime. Question number five, what do Ntrs do inside of our spirit? Each Ntr in your spirit has a power to manifest something specific. It uses the subtle energies of spirit's nature to create your experiences and your material reality. The word spirit refers to what most people call God, source, the divine. Excuse me, tongue-tied a little bit. Question number six. What is it inside of spirit, God, source, the divine that allows you to create? How did you get that power to create your reality? When you were born in this earthly realm or this earthly dimension, you came as a spirit and was formed with an earth body, or put into an earth body. That spirit, which is you, was separated from the larger portion of itself. That self is what we humans call God, source, spirit, the divine. This God is the source of all manifestation, or this power is the source of all manifestation and creation. The source gives spirits human form, the same ability to, the source gave spirits in human form the same ability to create that it has to create. This power to create is known as spiritual power or divine nature. The source of this power to create is what the ancient Egyptians called Ntr God, nature God, creator God, or Ntr Science. Understanding the science of our nature, which is the nature of God, the divine source, we understand ourselves better because we have each unique portions of this power to create, power to tap into intuition, power to uh, submit to divine will or intuitive messages within us, power to um, apply syllogistic reasoning to things to figure out problems very quickly. Every one of us has different powers that we've been given innately by the divine, and we don't have to go to a school for that. But these are spiritual powers, these are not earthly powers. You can apply them to gain power in the earth, but they are not earthly powers. Question number seven. Where is the power located inside God, source, the divine, and ourselves, basically? The power is located in the spirit portion of God, source, the divine spirit. Question number eight, and it's also the same with us. How is this power to create activated, and how can I be aware of this power working in me? Okay, I'm going to get into that. This power to create is activated in your heart and mind first. Okay, it is not activated in any physical form whatsoever, and then in your action. So it starts as an idea, as a desire, and then it makes you move and do certain things. Okay, so it's all about your mind and heart. What you experience in your present and your future has everything to do with your focus of thought, your personal desires, your intentions, and your emotional condition. So the things that you think about, the things you desire are going to affect your emotional condition and your intentions and your actions. Okay, when you focus your desires, intentions, and actions on positive aspects in your chart, because it aligns with the highest version of yourself, you create positive or pleasant experiences. When you focus your desires and intentions and actions towards the negative aspects in your chart, you create unpleasant experiences because you're not aligning with the divine template within you. Okay, okay, it aligns you in a way that is counterproductive, okay, with your divine nature. Okay, and this causes unpleasant experiences. Question number 9: how can I become more aware of my natural power or my divine nature and use it for my benefit? To become more aware of your own power to create, or your natural power, your power of your nature, you must study your past, your present self, and continuously do this over and over. This is not something that you just stop doing. You constantly check in with self, with God and self. It's inner communication. It's prayer. It's meditation. It's journaling. It's sitting down and being alone. It's allowing yourself to think, feel on your own, whether you're upset or you're happy or you're confused. It's allowing communion from your lower self to your higher self. We'll get into that later, which is the Ka and the Ba. The Ka is the higher self, or the Christ itself, that is a part of the divine universal mind. It's going to help you to keep looking at your Ba, which is your work to do in the spiritual life, things you end up getting upset about or things you need to change. We'll get into that later on in other series, other chapters of this presentation. So you must study yourself as a spirit being using your Western or Vedic and or both charts. The Ntr Science is only a filter to measure your spiritual progress within you. You have to do the spiritual examination. This is called shadow work. Question number 10: why do I need Ntr Science? I have a degree. I make good money. I have a great job. I don't need Ntr Science, is what you may be saying to yourself. Well, that's great for this physical world, but when it comes to the spiritual world, I would have to differ with you. You need Ntr Science. I'm going to tell you why. You need it. You need Ntr Science because it helps you to connect to the mind of Christ, which is the universal mind of divine wisdom, power, protection, abundance. You need this science because this mind, which is the mind of Christ, and you can read Philippians 2:5. If you don't have a King James Version Bible, or you have a visual impairment, you can actually type it in or use whatever device you have to request the information on Google. You should be able to, I don't know if you can do it on Alexa, I don't know what you can use, but there should be some means for people to use Braille or some form of device that can help people that have a visual impairment to get this scripture. This mind will help you to become the highest version of yourself, and it will connect you to benefic ancestors, angelic beings, ascended masters, celestial powers, spirit guides of divine love, light, and order, your spirit team. You all have spiritual ancestors, guides, angels. You have benefic beings that have been sent here with you. They are all lined up, and they were sent from birth all the way to you transition back to the third dimension, the spiritual world. They are there waiting for you, but you have to call them, and you can't call them unless you're aware of them. And you do it by your frequency, your vibration, and your conscious awareness. And that's how they start to come into your life. Um, so let's read that again. It will connect you to benefic ancestors, angelic beings, ascended masters, celestial powers, and spirit guides of divine light and order. Your spirit team who will reveal to you destructive ancestral patterns, your own bad habits, or unforeseen karmic wheels of iniquity, spiritual inequity, okay, within yourself or your family bloodline that has been given as a karmic contract to complete. Okay, means to get right with God, source of the universe, the divine. Um, I'm going to just make a statement here. A lot of, have you seen families that constantly have a problem with, I don't know, arguments, divorces, alcoholism, drug addiction? These are all karmic contracts that have to be completed. Someone in the family bloodline has to master it. Someone has to conquer it. And once they do that, they create another frequency to counteract that repetitive inequity that's being transferred from epigenetic cell memory into the next generation. You create a new vibration, a new frequency, a new template, okay, that will be transferred to the next generation. And so this can help your bloodline. This will also help you when you leave your body to move into a place of balance and peace. Okay, because we're all energy. We're going to vibrate to somewhere once we drop these bodies. And so that's what this science is about. This is about bringing the vibration of peace in this world and in the next life, so that this transfer and this blessing of peace can be transferred to the next generation. Okay. And it also will help honor your ancestors, and they will support, honor, and praise you for clearing up things that they did not do in their lifetime when they were in the earth body. Okay. This mind will also help you build a stronger connection with God, source, the divine, and help you identify hidden spiritual enemies that lie within you and outside of you. That was supposed to be you. Okay. For the purpose of your protection and the protection of your seed and bloodline. Okay. There are two realities that human beings or human beings, spirit beings, are living in. There are only two, and that's number one, the realm from which we are derived. That's the subjective realm, which is God, source, spirit, the divine, the universe. And two, the earthly reality, which is the objective realm, this realm right here where you're watching me. I'm actually doing this presentation. You can see me. We are the objects right now, okay, that are basically allowing source, the divine, to get experience, action, feeling, doing. We are the physical form that is expressing the divinity that is within us, okay, or the lack thereof. Accredited education prepares you for earthly living, which is great. Nothing against education of going to college, getting a master's degree, becoming a positive person in society. Hopefully, everybody wants to do that, but we have to pay attention to the epigenetic trauma, the transferred repetitive inequities of our bloodline, because it will continue to be inherited by your children and their children. Somebody has to clear it up. So I'm trying to help you and myself clear up the ancestral trauma, so our trauma and karma with the divine, because we owe source. Okay, we are borrowing these bodies, fire, water, air, earth. We're breathing, we're being sustained. We do owe, and we will pay at some point. And if we don't pay, our children will pay. And many of you love your children, and you are focused on material wealth and material inheritance, and that's great. But we need to deal with the inner, because these are the things that are going to be transferred to them as experiences. It's just a part of ancestral bloodline karma. And so I'm trying to help to bring awakenings to this aspect of our spiritual reality that must be addressed. Okay. So spiritual education prepares you for spiritual living. So it's time for you to examine self spiritually and understand what your ancestral karma is according to your template. And the divine will show you what it is that is inequitable, and you will be guided with your the help of your spirit team to address the things within you that are not in alignment with divine will, so that you can protect your children, and so that your ancestors can honor you, and so that when you transition into the next realm, you are glorified, and that you are raised up with the benefic beings and the ancestors of divine light, love, and order, and the ascended masters. I know some of you may not believe in that realm, but I will tell you, Sister Toffee, I've been plunged into the spirit realm as a child, and it is another world. We don't just body drops and that's it. We turn into another form. We are conscious, we are aware, and we do feel, even though we don't have a body. The emotional body is very real in the spirit world, very real. And so you don't want to take pain with you. Okay, so let's work on ourselves and become the highest versions of ourselves, and alchemize this negative energy, these low frequency energies, thoughts, vibrations, and become the highest version of ourselves, and bless our children and our future bloodlines on the earth. Okay. All right. Next, just because we cannot see the spirit world with our physical eyes does not mean that it does not exist. It does exist. You need spiritual wisdom, you need spiritual power, you need spiritual protection. This comes through getting understanding of the spirit world and who you are and what's in the spirit world. Okay? There's darkness and light in the spirit world, there's darkness and light in this world. And we will only conquer through divine wisdom, applying divine wisdom. Okay? This comes through getting understanding of the spirit world, how it operates, what role you play, and by knowing what you are up against. The objective is to become victorious within your spirit, to experience your victory in your physical realm or reality, which is Ntr Science. Okay? Getting Ntr Science will help you to understand how the spirit world is constructed, how you are constructed, and how to use the tools of power of your divine nature to gain victory in this world and in the next world, and to bring the blessings upon your children. Is a great way to prepare yourself for spiritual victory within self, which is God. Self is God. Okay? We are being expressed as physical forms of God. We're going back to source when we're done with these bodies. You are God in a small expression. Starting your self spiritual study with a personal journal. After pulling up and studying your astrological chart, Vedic or Western or both, start journaling your discoveries about yourself and your family members and others that you've been in contact with in your life. Your journal, I'm talking about long term relationships that have changed you in some way. Your journal will serve as a reminder of what you need to change, of what your family needs to change, and what will motivate you to continue on your journey of self spiritual mastery even after you get tired. Okay, this will help you. You may complete your soul contract with the divine in this life, you may not. But the truth is this: whatever you do master will be less inequity that will be sent as trials on your children. The more you clear up and the more you align with the divine, the more you clear out the negative vibrations, you will bring blessings upon your children. And what you do not clear up, unfortunately, your children will be the ones that are being asked by the divine to transform this energy and transmute it for balance, because the divine wants balance. Okay. At the end of the day, it's math. It wants the equation to be correct. It wants balance. And so someone is going to have to take care of that. I'm encouraging you to do it, and do not leave this responsibility on your children. Self love, okay, is the basically culmination of this science. When you have come to a place of true self love, you will be able to extend the love that you have for yourself to others. And it starts with self, and children, and self is God. Okay, so self mastery is becoming one with the God within self, and accepting that you are a child of God, or a woman or man of God. Okay, an extension of God, and you accept it and you begin to operate in that truth and that knowing, and you don't allow anything in this world to deter your understanding of that conscious awareness of that God within yourself, okay? And you live in that place, and you stay in that place, and you operate in that place, and you love from that place, and you give from that place, and you empower yourself and others from that place. So that is pretty much all this particular section is all about. It's all about you understanding how to position yourself to get ready to do the alchemy of preparing yourself to become the master of self. Okay, and that is you embodying the universal divine mind of Christ, Kryst and Christ. Okay, I see Christ as a universal mind and a spirit of life. I do not see Christ as a man. Christ embodied a male's figure, but he can also embody a female. It's an energy of life and conscious awareness of a universal power and divine nature. Okay, so you can download your correlation chart, which is Ntr Science, at kmsc.online. You can compare your astrological charts, Western and Vedic, to the chart. Look at the very bottom of the chart, which is, I think, the fourth page, and it will show you the basic tenets of what you should embody with that particular aspect, or netter, or power of manifestation. Okay, we'll get into what they are. I'll give you a basic of what they are. You have Oser, which is I'm sorry, you have Amen, which is above the head, and that has to do with the stellar gate. They say stellar gateway chakras in the bottom. I say it's at the top, because Earth is below us, and the stellar gateway means stellar. Stellar is out there, so I don't believe the stellar gateway is at the bottom of the feet, or the beneath the base. I don't believe that. I believe it's above the head, and that's Amen. That's why people say Amen at the problem at the end of prayers. They say Amen, right, or Amen. So Amen was actually an ancient Egyptian god, Amen Ra, or may have been a deity, but Ra was considered God, and Amen was peace, so the peace of God. And so I'm just giving you correlations and downloads that are coming through me right now. But we say Amen, and this is an Egyptian term. So why are we still using this Egyptian name and this Egyptian term? It's because the spirit of life, Christ, Kryst/Christ, was always here. Here, the word of God was always here. It was written on the walls of many different cultures. Okay, and it began with sound and writing in language. And so that is the derivative of all understanding being bloomed from that fruit of being an extension of the divine source, divine wisdom, divine universal conscious awareness. And so as we tap into that, the fruit of our spirit starts to come out, and we become alive and awakened to that divine power, light, wisdom, and divinity within us. And so this is the power that will help transform the negative frequencies from misalignments of your past ancestors, your present misalignments with the divine, so you can fulfill your soul contract and bring blessings upon your children and not burdens. Okay, so that's what I have for you. When you get this chart from, you can go to astrocafe.com or any, just type in astrological chart in Google, and you should be able to find several different websites where you can actually pull up your chart and you can start to study your chart. I would also recommend you to find an astrologer that will help you to understand yourself. Western astrology is really great. Two of them that I know of right now, I know she teaches series. Molly McCord, she's great. She's on YouTube. Also, Ablas Roland, I love those two uh, astrological teachers. But this is about you understanding yourself. Astrology helps you to, I think, navigate possible coming events according to the chart placements that you have. Okay. So just know that each astrological sign has a celestial body, which is a planet, and a power of manifestation, which is a netter that is connected to it. Okay. And that's how these two sciences correlate together and connect together, which helps you in a very, very powerful way transform your conscious awareness of self. So you can go through the spiritual evolutionary levels and frequencies of becoming one with the God within self. And one is the crown chakra, and this is Oser, the all seer. And that means you can receive messages from your spirit team, the divine. It gets processed through your third eye, the divine third eye, okay, which is the eye of Ra or the mind of Christ, okay, or the universal mind. Goes back to the Philippians 2:5 I told you about. Then we can talk about speaking the word, the throat chakra, okay, the heart chakra. These are all connected to netters. Excuse me, the solar plexus, uh, the hidden chamber of the heart, the seat of the soul, um, the intelligence that's supposed to be inside of the actual stomach region, the reproductive energy of giving birth, which is our actual genitalia. The chakra lays in there, and then the base chakra, which is at the very base of our body. Okay, um, right. Between it's, I don't have to get into the details, but it's in the region of the bottom of our center. Okay, and the legs just ground like grounding wires. Our legs are like wires that ground us into earth energy to help us become stable and able to walk without falling and wobbling around. It grounds the power inside of us so that we can be upright. So without getting to more information, I can go on and on and on and on and on because I love this science. It's changed my life. I've come from various forms of serious trauma. This information not only gives me life, but it fuels me continuously with life, energy, and power. I love it to the core of my cell DNA. I mean, it's so powerful once you get into it. I really hope that it helps you. Remember to download your astrological charts from Astro Cafe or any other Cafe Astrology or any other website where you can actually type in your birth date and the time you were born, the location, and it will give you a chart based on what planets were where and in what sign during your birth into the earthly realm. Um, and it will help you to see deeper into your composition as a spirit being. So I truly suggest and encourage you to choose an astrologer to follow. And I believe a lot of them offer readings. I am not an astrologer. I just use this science to look at my own chart, and I'm offering that to you because I've been encouraged by the divine to do so. Also, I'm not sure if it's in the services tab of KMSE.online, but I also have a even deeper way to study yourself, which I believe is I would say it's like the concentrate. Okay, say you have I love Crystal Light. No, not trying to give them any advertisement, but I like to have my water and then I'll have like a non-sugar powder drink. Well, when you have that small packet, it's potent, right? And it has all the things you need to make this drink you want. That is what the this chart that I've been given by the divine to find out my true essence, which mine particularly is Libra. So I'm about balance in relationships. That's why I'm here to try to help you have balance with yourself and with your creator, because relationships is what I'm all about. Equity, balance, and love. First with yourself and then with others. That's what I'm here. I understand my purpose here, and I'm here to help all of you learn to love yourself as God loves you, to master yourself as a spirit being, to know yourself as a conscious, divine, uh, eternal spirit, and understand what your purpose is as far as bringing blessings upon your children and maybe clearing up some karma that your ancestors failed to complete during their lifetime. Okay. Um, on the next slide, there should be some music coming. If it doesn't come, then I want you to take some time out to, yeah, here's the music here. I want you to take some time out to listen to this video again if you need to. And it's not going to allow me to do that. Then just go ahead and go through this information again, look at the questions, get your chart information, pull up the natural correlation chart at kmse.online, and really sit down and journal about yourself. This is all about you, not me. This is about you. The divine loves you, and they want you to fulfill your divine purpose, to understand your divine template, how you are made in the image and likeness of the divine, and what your gifts are. I've discovered that my purpose in life is to bring balance in relationships and love in relationships. And the first one starts with yourself. So I'm here to help people love themselves better. My next is I'm very creative. I have energy of what is called heru, the energy of the creative power. It also connects us to beauty and love, but it also connects to the imagination, which can be deceived, which explains why I was deceived so much in my life, because that energy of heru, as all of the Ntrs, have a dual energy. And the dual energy of, besides being able to create beauty and and love, you can also bring destruction through lasciviousness, overindulgence, a vain imagination that does not have a clear understanding of divine wisdom. That is my strengths and weakness in my heru energy. And then I also have the energy, excuse me, of Cancer. Cancer connects me to my divine mother, universal mother energy. So I'm very connected to the universal mother, which I believe is the womb of the universe. It is the feminine aspect that gives birth to everything. The planets and the elements were her first children. We are not the first children of Father, Mother, God. Just so you know, the benefic beings and the non-benefic beings, and light, sound, the laws of the universe. Water elements and the science of that, and fire elements and the science of that, and air elements and the science of that, and earth science and the science of that. So we have a huge cosmology and cosmology to study before we even get to humanity, okay, or spirit beings living as human beings. And so when we start to understand this prelude to our existence and being given the highest blessing, but not the least, even though we're last, of being able to create as our Creator creates, it is a beautiful experience of awakening. And I just hope you learn to love yourself and your God, because that God is within you, giving you life, and it does embody the Christed mind and the Christed spirit of life, which is divine eternal love. This is Sister Toffee. I do hope you enjoyed this series. If you are interested in learning more about this science of spirit according to ancient Egyptian science, which is Ntr Science, make your request at THENTRU, the letter N, the letter U, at gmail.com. You cannot receive this link unless you request it. Okay. Um, Also, there is available a test if you would like to take a test. There's a test for each slide. I'm sorry, not each slide, each series. This presentation is too long for me to put it in one. It's just too long. It'll be like a couple of hours. And nowadays, people are busy. People don't have that much time. So, hopefully, if you like this information and you start to grow in it, you will want to take the test so that you can measure your knowledge with my knowledge. And I will give you my opinion. I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but if you value what I'm giving you and you think it's of use to you and it's actually made a difference in your life and your understanding of self, if you want me to test you on this particular section, each section will be $20, and you can make your payment at kmsc.online, okay, which is our website. You can do it on the homepage where it says, I think it says pay here with PayPal. So you're just going to click the homepage, and then it's already going to be on the homepage when you pull it up, and then you just scroll down a little bit and you'll see the pay option. However, do not pay unless I have told you that I will be giving you the test and I will send it to you. Do not prepay. Make sure you get an email from me, okay, or from kmsc.online, so that you know I have gotten your request. I will be sending you the particular section and course that you want, okay, because it'll be done in sections. and then you will be instructed to go ahead and go to the website and pay. Okay, so do not pay unless I have contacted you. Okay, so that's all for now, and I hope you enjoyed this series. And here's the information for you if you would like to request. So please write it down, and I will see you in the next class, course slash series. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourself, and I appreciate you investing in your spiritual evolution. Okay. All right. Yours in self mastery. Sister Toffee here. I'm signing out. Okay. Peace and love.